I never thought our marriage would end up on the rocks like this. When my wife first brought up the idea of an open marriage, I was shocked. I loved her, and the thought of sharing that love with anyone else felt impossible. But she insisted it was about freedom, about honesty, about exploring parts of herself she claimed were locked away. I hesitated, questioned it, but eventually I agreed, because I wanted her to be happy, and I thought trust could hold us together. For a while, things seemed manageable. We set boundaries, rules, and check-ins. I convinced myself that this arrangement wouldn't destroy what we had built. But deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was signing up for a disaster I didn't fully understand. The disaster came sooner than I expected. I found out she had been seeing someone outside our agreed boundaries, a CEO from her work, someone I had met at a company party and thought was just a friendly acquaintance. It wasn't casual. It had been going on for months. The discovery was accidental. A forwarded email, a message left open on her laptop. I remember staring at the screen, my chest tightening, my hands shaking. I confronted her that night. She didn't deny it. In fact, she admitted everything: her excitement, her guilt, her reasoning. She claimed she didn't mean to hurt me, that it just happened, and that she still loved me. I wanted to scream, to hit something, to demand answers, but all I could do was sit there in stunned silence. The betrayal cut deeper than I expected. Not just because of the affair, but because it revealed something I hadn't allowed myself to see. She was willing to risk everything we had for someone else. The person she trusted most, the person who had promised to share life with her, wasn't enough. For days, I didn't speak. I couldn't. I walked through the house like a ghost, seeing our life together in fragments. The photos on the wall, the couch we had bought for our first apartment, the notes we used to leave each other on the fridge. Everything felt tainted. Then, she came to me, desperate. She begged me to forgive her, promised she would end the relationship, and swore she wanted nothing more than to come back to me. Her eyes were full of tears, and for a moment, I saw the person I had loved, the one I had married. But I also saw the person who had broken my trust completely. I had to make a choice. Stay and risk a life where doubt and resentment would linger forever, or leave and reclaim the peace I deserved. It wasn't easy. I thought about the good times, the shared laughter, the plans we had made. But I also remembered the betrayal, the broken promises, and the way she had chosen someone else over us. I told her I needed space. Not revenge, not confrontation, just space. I moved into the guest room, started spending more time at work, and focused on my own mental and emotional well-being. The first week was painful. The second week, I felt stronger. By the third week, I realized that her begging couldn't undo what had been done. True forgiveness wasn't about words. It was about change, trust, and consistent actions, and I hadn't seen enough to believe it could be rebuilt. Eventually, she left for a business trip. I spent that night alone, sitting on the couch we had shared, thinking about everything. And I realized something profound. My value wasn't tied to her love or approval. My peace, my self-respect, my boundaries, they were mine to protect. She returned, hopeful, expecting reconciliation. I listened politely, acknowledged her feelings, but told her the truth: our marriage couldn't survive this. I wished her well, but I couldn't put my life on hold for someone who had chosen a momentary thrill over years of commitment. Walking away wasn't easy, but it was necessary. In the end, I learned that love alone isn't enough. Trust, respect, and shared values matter even more. And sometimes, the hardest choice, the one that seems cruel in the moment, is the one that leads to healing, growth, and the chance to find happiness again.